Hey, what's up guys? Michael from Karate Breakdown. I'm here to bring back practical karate. So today I want to talk about the idea of how to get good and it requiring a woodshed moment. So I'm taking this concept from the guitar world. Let's go into your woodshed out into the back so that nobody else can hear you, and then you re-emerge as this virtuoso on guitar. The same thing happens in the martial arts world. If you really are adamant about being really good at martial arts or anything, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the time behind the scenes, the times that people don't see, the times where you are tired and you just have to force yourself to work out or train. This goes beyond just, showing up to class twice a week and doing the same kata everyone else is doing and then going home and saying you trained for that week. It has to become an obsession. And this isn't for everyone. Everyone starts training for different reasons. You can start training for health benefits. You get trained just to be more flexible. But I have a feeling that everyone who starts training, or even before they start training, they have a feeling of thinking that they're going to be really good. The idea is like you're going to be one of one or uncommon amongst uncommon people. That feeling can last for weeks before you even sign up and put your gi on, right? You can daydream about eventually one day putting on your black belts and walking onto the mats and being respected. It can last the first week of your first class because you came in daydreaming about being really good and you didn't realize how hard it was going to be, and that dream of being like that one exception, that natural talent, that genius on the mat kind of dissipates. Most people who are incredibly talented in something, they lack the discipline and drive to put the extra effort in because things kind of come too easy for them. On the flip side, for people where things don't come easily, they're usually the most hardworking ones. And then you have like the real exceptions, the 0.0 to 1% that are both naturally gifted and also work really hard, and they really become the top martial artists that you see. I want to encourage you and kind of motivate you for one, this holiday season, and also as you plan for 2025 goals, for your martial arts goals. It's like, what will it take for you to be really good? And what does that even mean to you, right? Be good enough for yourself. Be good enough amongst other people. Be a teacher amongst teachers, right? A renshi. What would it take to be that? And I remember a few distinct moments in my life where I had these woodshed moments, right? Specifically when I was 15, I moved from Texas to California. Didn't have a lot of friends at the time. It was hard to make friends. And so I kind of dove into school and training. As a 15-year-old, my dream was thinking, hey, I'm going to get really good. I'm going to move back to Texas by myself and rejoin my old friends. So for about 2 years, I trained vigorously at night by myself. It was essentially just training from like 10 p.m. till 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, falling asleep on the floor, exhausted, waking up around 7 to get ready for school, and then just rinse and repeat 5 days a week. And I did that myself probably for a year and a half, 2 years. And I would even say to this day, the techniques, the fast twitch, the hip rotations, all the things that I developed during that time, I've kept with me today. So that's another thing to think about too. It's like, it's relative time. You want to think about the ROI, your return on investment, or just like the dividends that will pay out. A woodshed moment in your life does not mean you're going to train hard forever. It might mean that you are training for a period of time that will put you up and above the rest of people around you. And it has long-lasting effects that will stay with you forever. So at 15, I did that. And then another period of my life when I moved from California back to Texas for grad school, same situation, hard to make friends. There's a recurring theme there. So I dove into grad school and training. And at one point in my life during that period, it was 6 a.m. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 12 p.m. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 5 p.m. Karate, 7 p.m. Jiu-Jitsu, and then I went to like 9 p.m. Judo. Luckily, I was in my early 20s and all I did was eat, sleep, train, and study. And I did that for about 2 years. Again, that was another period in my life where those techniques, all the drilling, all the solo drilling, all the training with other people gave me a skill set that has put me above and beyond other people my age and other people in this hobby, right, in this lifestyle. And of course I tell people, it doesn't come with its negative aspects. I'm still kind of young, but I have a lot of miles on me, as I tell people. So It comes with a mindset too that you're training for longevity. And even when you're young and you're training hard, you want to be trained correctly and also be training with the mindset that if you get injured, being injured is a lot worse than missing a training session. Being injured stays with you for that recovery period, and those injuries stay with you for the rest of your life. So keep that in mind. You got to train smart as you do this as well. 1/3 season in my life where I really trained a lot or had this woodshed moment was running a dojo 2017, 2018 through 2020 or so. And at one point that was, again, teaching classes 7 days a week, multiple time slots of class. In that period, it was just about recovery, eating properly, getting the right amount of sleep so that I could maintain this schedule as I taught students and grew the student body. And again, just to conclude, this isn't for everyone, but I want to say, like, I truly feel that at one point in everyone's life, they feel like they have the potential to become great at something. And then, that disappears as you get older, as life happens, you go get a job, you have kids, and you feel like that was a nice dream for the kid me. And I'll tell you something, one final thing too. Like, whenever a new student comes in and they're like extremely coordinated, even if they never trained before, they're extremely cerebral. It does not make me change anything that I want to do. All it tells me is when I see them is like, man, that's a huge ball of potential. And most people like that, you might never see them ever again after a couple months, or you might never see them ever again after the first class. So just imagine, like, if you ever feel discouraged about someone who's so much better than you and you're looking left down the line and right down the line at all the other belts and you're like, man, I'm never going to be that good. It's really how hard you work in this thing, and it's the last man standing. I think I talked about that before too. And that's kind of like the cool part about martial arts. You're on your own journey. What's great about being on your own journey is you have control over how good you can become just based on how hard you work. And it's like, it's a one-to-one relationship, right? Work harder, get better. Never will you do more work and not see the results from that when you're doing something physical like karate. Hope that's some motivation for you this holiday season, and also as you plan for your 2025 goals. Train hard, fight easy.